your listening ears ready? Turn on those listening ears. Let's get your quiet lips ready. Turn those off and get your still body ready.
I'm ready.
Get ready. All right, let's listen.
Once upon a time, there lived a wealthy merchant whose wife had died. He had one daughter, gentle-eyed and good-hearted. Who do you think that is?
Cinderella! Cinderella!
All the way, sweetie. There we go. All the way.
Now, as Cinderella continues with this story, we're going to go to Mexico to see their version of Cinderella.
Down the road lived a widow with two daughters. The woman gave the girl treats she passed,
Just a
and
minute.
gulped to eat, others came to chew. The girl knew that her father was lonely. You should marry the widow, she told him. He's nice to me. The father had his doubts, but the girl kept asking, and how long can a father say no to his daughter? And so he and the widow were married.
Right. And now we're going to go to two countries on this next page. We're going to go to a place called Korea and a place called Iraq.
Okay. But no, had the stepmother moved in, he had to order the girl about. Not very nice. All day long, she sat her to weeding the rice fields, to cooking and carrying. The woman gave the girl's room to her own lazy daughters. At night, the girl had nowhere to sleep, but curled up for warmth among the ashes on the heap. So I had to sleep in the ash in the fireplace, because my mean stepmother gave my room to my stepsisters.
And Cinderella, isn't that how you actually got your name?
So my stepsisters used to make fun of me because I slept in the cinders, so they called me Cinderella.
That's pretty sad.
Right.
Now we're in Iraq. Her stepmother allowed her only a few scraps of food. Her stomach howled. Then the girl recalled how she begged her father to marry. I picked up the scorpion with my own hands, she told herself. She vowed not to complain to her father and upset him.
Mom.
Does this stepmother sound like a nice lady, or does she sound like a not very nice lady? What do you guys think? Can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down at home? Ooh,
Yeah.
I agree. I think she's a thumbs down.
All right, we're going to a bunch of different countries.
Okay, we're gonna go to 4 different countries. We're gonna go to Russia. So can you all shiver like you're cold, because it's very cold in Russia? And then we're gonna go to Iran. Now it's very hot in Iran, so fan yourself like you're hot. Okay. And then we're gonna go to 2 places. We're gonna go to India and then Ireland.
Hot.
But when the girl was out tending the cattle, geese heard her cry for hunger. Don't weep, said one of the cows, and the animal poured honey for her from its horn. And a fairy gave her figs and apricots, and Godfather Snake gave her rice. So I wasn't hungry anymore because all of my nice friends gave me something to eat. Once she was eating well and proper, the girl bloomed into a bright, rare beauty. The stepmother couldn't fathom it. And meanwhile, her own sour-faced daughters would curdle the milk if they looked at its face.
Right. And that's why we call them the ugly stepsisters. Not just because they weren't very pretty on the outside, but they also weren't very pretty on the inside. Okay, we're going to go to a bunch of other countries now. Are you guys ready to travel? Okay, we're going to go to Zimbabwe, and then Germany, and then we're going to be a place a little bit closer to home. We're going to go to Appalachia.
One day, it was announced far and wide that the great king was in search of a queen. All the unmarried women dressed in their finest robes and set off for the palace. To make sure the girl couldn't go, the stepmother threw an apron full of lentils into the ashes in order for her to pick them all up. So lentils are like little small beans. like small rice size. So I had to pick them all out of the fireplace before I was allowed to go to the ball. And for all the picking pots too, she hollered. As soon as the stepmother left with her daughter, the girl burst into tears. Outside, the sparrows heard her, and they flew and picked the lentils from the ashes. Then a witch woman came in and spoke a spell, and jumped up, and up jumped the pots and scored themselves. So who does that sound like? So I have my glass slipper, I wrote in a pumpkin, but who helped me?
You guys remember who was the helper for Cinderella? He has a wand and says bippity boppity boop.
Is it my fairy godmother?
All right, sounds like the fairy godmother's about to show up here. All right, we're gonna read now. The countries we're gonna see are Laos. We're going back to Russia, Indonesia, China, and Japan.
All right. The girl was free to go, but she had nothing to wear except that. Then she looked at her mother's sewing basket. Then she reached into the hole in the birch tree. Then a crocodile swam up to the surface, and in its mouth was a sarong made of gold. You guys know what a sarong is? It's like a big piece of material that you wrap around.
They're very beautiful. I can show you a picture. Miss Saga,
So like hula dancers wear them.
you can go outside with the
And
wand.
go the cloak is of fisher feathers, the kimono as red as sunset. So what princess friend wears a kimono? Do you guys know?
This way, Julie.
Yeah, I think I heard it. It is Mulan. All right, so in these different stories, does Cinderella always wear a big blue poofy dress? No, sometimes she wears a red dress. Sometimes she wears a dress made out of feathers. There's lots of different fun versions. All right, next page, we're going to go to France, India, Iraq, and the West Indies.
All right. On the girl's feet appeared a pair of glass slippers. Diamond anklets, sandals of gold. Walk to the ball, said the girl's auntie. Never. She picked a big round breadfruit from a tree and tapped it 3 times. You guys found 1, 2, 3. With her wand, quick as the blink of a firefly, that breadfruit changed itself into a coat.
So that's really interesting to me because I thought we said it was a pumpkin. So it can be lots of different things, right, Cinderella?
Fruit make great carrots.
Okay, on this next page, we're going to go to a country we haven't been to yet. We're going to go to Poland.
All right. When she gave her entrance, so great was her beauty that the musicians stopped playing. No one, not even her stepmother, knew who the beautiful stranger was.
Okay, now we're going to Indonesia.
All night, the girl danced with the handsman's son till the first rooster crowed. Then she remembered she had to leave at once.
So it's a rooster in this one. Cinderella, in the movie that I saw, it wasn't a rooster. How did we know what time it was?
It was a clock.
A clock. That's interesting. Okay, we're going back to Ireland.
She leaned onto her mare's golden saddle. Who are you? Called the prince. The girl had no time for words and charged down the lane. The prince sprinted beside her, got a hand on her shoe, and the dainty thing pulled off in his fingers as she galloped away. One of them.
That in Ireland, the prince actually pulls off Cinderella's shoe.
Yeah. As she's riding away on a horse. That's really exciting. All right. Now we're going to China, Iran, and Laos again.
The king declared he would marry the golden shoe's owner. He ordered the woman of the court to try it on, but none could squeeze inside it. And so he went searching for its owner up and down mountains, and across the deserts, until he came to the stepmother's house. When she saw him approach, she grabbed her stepdaughter, wrapped her in a mat, and hid her. So they wrapped me up in a mat and hid me away. That sounds kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to France. Before we let Cinderella read this page, I'm going to zoom in so you can see the pretty shoe in the French version. That shoe pretty, it's got pink flowers, super cute.
All right. I'm certain the shoe will fit one of my five favorite girls, said the woman. Grunting and sweating, her older daughter tried to wrestle the shoe on, but couldn't. Neither could the younger. Why do you think they couldn't get the shoe on?
Their feet too small or too big? Can you show me with your hands? Do you think the stepsisters had tiny feet or did they have big feet?
Big feet.
Big feet. You're right, Ashlyn. They were big feet. Okay, we're getting close to our happy ending. We're going to go to Iraq and Korea for this next page.
Crow. They put the ugly one on show and hid the beauty down below. The girl was brought forward. Don't waste your time with that one, said the stepmother. But the magistrate looked into the girl's eyes, took the straw sandal in his hand, and slipped it onto her foot with ease.
Really comfortable.
It does.
All right. So we are going to now go to the big wedding. So I'm going to show you the picture before we let Cindy read this one. Look how much it's green. So this is all of the different countries we visited so far.
She is a great chamber married at the palace. So the guests feasted on mangoes and melons. Rice seasoned with almonds, beef stew, and lamb stew. Anise cookies and custards. Such a wedding it was, and such an adoring couple, and such a wondrous turn of events.
Right. Our very last page.
It was such a wonderful turn of events that people today are still telling the story.
All right. Thanks for reading that, Cinderella.
That was a really cool book.
Did you guys at home enjoy that story? Getting to hear all the different versions of Cinderella?
I thought it was really fun to share all of that with you guys.
Cinderella, can I tell you my favorite part? Did you hear how in one of the stories, the fairy godmother was a crocodile?
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
I think that's really cool. My favorite part is when I got to wear sandals and not glass slippers.
Yeah.
A lot more comfortable than glass
Easier for
slippers.
running away.